Good afternoon. So thank you for joining me for my podcast on the subject of I was right. And I'm going to be smug because it's not often I get to be smug. 3 weeks ago or so I made a video on crypto crashing and got a few comments, people saying, yeah, you're wrong. It's here to stay. It's going to be the best thing since sliced bread. Look at everyone's, it's going mainstream, PayPal allow it, blah blah blah. And then we have a couple of tweets. We have the Chinese central bank coming out and saying, the Chinese government saying, they're not going to allow, they're going to ban crypto. And boom, the bubbles burst, and 54% is wiped off the price of Bitcoin pretty much overnight. So let's just take a moment. Maybe we should take a minute silence for those people who bought in at $60,000 and now it was at 30,000. Well, now it's recovered a bit, and they pretty much lost 50% within a week. I don't know what to say really. I mean, it's nothing that I haven't already said. The main thing I'm going to say is thank God I only put 2% into crypto. I made a video a while back, another one before the one about the crash, saying I actually think it was just the best thing I ever did, actually, was taking a small amount of my money and buying some crypto so I could get over the FOMO and I could really experience what a useless piece of shite it is. What an absolute, utter, just the most terrible Ponzi scheme. I had to buy it to have it, to go through this process of having it in my wallet and all that sort of stuff, to really be able to see the mechanics of it, to make me realise what was happening. I bought some altcoins and I was dabbling for a bit, and for a few weeks I was up. My crypto was up. Of course, when it's something's in a bull run, everything's up, everyone's winning, everyone's a genius. We're making money. I was even saying to a few of my friends, hey, look at my crypto wallet. I'm up $500 this week and I've done nothing, Oh my goodness me. And you've got these poor bastards, these poor young people that have probably thought, yeah, this is where I'm going to put all my money. Forget about traditional investing. They've been sold all the hype from the adverts they see on TV, their mates bigging it up, and they've put everything into the Bitcoin and cryptos. And I just think, you have to think, how dare these Bitcoin bulls even remotely compare it to gold? It's the next digital gold. It's not a store of value. We've just seen that. We've just seen one tweet from Elon Musk basically wipe off, along with some other contributing factors, wipe off 50+% of the price overnight. Do you really want to have your money in something like that volatile? Of course, all the crypto bulls will go, yeah, it's all part of the crypto journey, man. If you want to make loads of money really quickly and have these mega highs, then that's all part of it. You've got to be prepared to suck that up and take it on the way, man. It's all part of crypto. And I'm like, no. Now I see, I actually think now we've got panic. We've got institutional panic happening already on Friday. Gold prices, silver prices, I think, are preparing for a big move. I think the institutional money has now had its fingers burnt, because obviously they were sold the dream that, oh well, look at it, it's at $60,000, that it's stabilised, it can't be touched now, it's matured now, it's not, we're never going to see a retraction down to back to 20,000, 10,000. And of course, just like that, boom, bubble popped, bang, and now I just think this is a dead cat bounce. I mean, it's gone up to recovered back to 40k, and now at the time of making this video I think we're about 33k. Again, it's just dead cat bouncing all the way along the ground. This is going to 20k, and then it's going to go to 10k, and it's going to be a long, I say a long way down. I mean, this could all happen within a few months. We could see sub 20k Bitcoin, and not just Bitcoin, the whole lot of them absolutely slaughtered. And I've noticed that, you know, got the altcoin seasons, and I've noticed this thing where obviously I'm not an expert on crypto. You know, I've only been dabbling in it and observing it for about, you know, about a year and a half, and I only jumped in on it really this year, but I have kept an eye on it. And there's this thing where, you know, when Bitcoin and Ethereum seem to be doing well, then the other altcoins, which aren't Bitcoin, basically these new ones, but there's Ripple, Stellar, Lumens, you know, there's thousands of them. Anyway, they don't do as well, and then it seems like when Bitcoin backs off a bit in Ethereum, then the little coins, you know, they have their little resurgence, and they gain in price. So that's been going on backwards and forwards. And I'm just looking at the board now. They're all smashed to shit. They are being ravaged. I'm seeing the prices of some of these altcoins back at when I bought them last year nearly. You know, so they've been all the way up to like $1, like, you know, $1.60, and they've lost, you know, they're down into like, you know, 70 cents, and I reckon they're going to be back at 50 cents. Because people are realizing that you actually own nothing. You own something on a ledger. There is nothing there. There is no store of value. There's no real business case for any of it. And it's just becoming clear now that it's just taken a while for the hype to die off. It's going to be £1 million of Bitcoin, man, in 2021. Of course, what we're going to get now is the fools trying to buy the dips on the way down. It's going to, you know, you're going to get some spikes, some mini recoveries, you know, because these people, you got to remember, they put in a lot of money. Some people, well, you know, it might not be a lot of money to you or I, you know, or some people may have put in millions, tens of thousands, hundreds of dollars, or whatever, you know. All the way along that scale, those people probably don't want to see their investment go to zero, so they're going to try and buy the dips. And of course, you are going to get, you know, a few spikes, and we've already seen that. You know, it did recover to like 42k or something like that in the last 48 hours, but it's dropped again. And I just think as more and more people realise that it never was digital gold. I mean, it's insulting to call something that's been around for about 14 years, to compare it with a 5,000-year-old digital store of value. Something like this, Bitcoin, to compare it to physical gold is just unbelievable. You know, and I am sad for the I feel probably majority of the younger generation who've bought into all this, who are going to learn a really harsh lesson here. Of course, they'll be just thinking, if they're listening to this, you silly old bugger, you know, what do you know? Yeah, I'll be back. You know, it's all, like I said, it's all part of it. You know, the crypto thing. You know, 50%. Yeah, 50%, 60% drops, and yeah, we back up to 60, 100k soon. Yeah, but I mean, they just don't get it. They don't get it. Do you want to have your money in something which could at any moment be reduced to zero by a tweet, a bit of government legislation, any unknown amount of market forces or situations? Oh, a power cut, can't get my crypto wallet, oh, my phone's died, lost all my wallet. I mean, you know, it's just, I really think the cat is out of the bag with this one. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go on. I'm going to make a really, really long video, but I actually think my feeling is that the way this is going to play out now is that you're going to see, like I said, we've got panic in the markets about where that money has come out of Bitcoin. It's going to pour out of it, and it's got to go somewhere. And I think it's going to go into gold and silver and go to cash. I think that's where it's going to go. We know the equity market's overbought. Everything's oversold, basically. Everything is literally primed to pop like never before. and I'm hearing a lot of people just going to cash, and I think obviously in this sort of uncertainty, gold and silver is obviously, you know, the classic, well-known safe haven asset, and we could see the next couple of weeks a serious move in gold and silver because of this. Um, you know, the truth being outed for the crypto scene, and that's only going to be a good thing for gold and silver. Obviously, you could look at this opportunity now if you're into buying gold and silver as a moment to jump in and get you know, build up your stack. But because if it does go, it's going to go. It's going to go hard and fast, and yeah, this crypto journey is really over at the moment, isn't it? Let's face it. I mean, I don't think it could get much worse. Could go, you know, I just don't see any way out of it. I can't see. If I was on the crypto side, I just can't see any way of salvaging something like this. In really, I mean, the only thing that's going to salvage it, obviously, is just playing up this thing where it's all part of crypto, just losing 50% plus of your value, you know. But you tell me, is that really something that's a safe haven store of value that loses loses a tremendous amount of, you know, gains in over a matter of hours fundamentally? And I can't see that it is. And but you know, you have to laugh. You know, I tried to go to Coinbase and offload some of my crypto. Couldn't even log in. Couldn't even log in. I couldn't log in if I mean, it's ironic, isn't it? You know, I couldn't sell it. I couldn't buy it. I couldn't do anything. You know, it just makes you wonder. That funny old thing, that, isn't it? That you know, these and a couple of other altcoins that I've got, I couldn't get in. I had you know, server undergoing critical maintenance, blah blah blah. You know, you just wonder, all these market caps, these billions of dollars so-called sat there ready to pay out when everybody wants to sell. You know, you telling me really that it's sat there in a bank somewhere for people to, if everyone sold all their Bitcoin at once in Ethereum, I think we'd have a bit of a problem, you know. Anyway, so I think going back to next week, very interesting times. I think the only thing that could mix it up is the Fed, the US Federal Reserve, possibly. I mean, they haven't talked about interest rate rises, but obviously inflation is running quite hot. They said they wanted it to run hot. If their interest rates, there is talk of that, then that could affect gold and silver in the short term, possibly. But I think it would be choppy and short. I think it would be a short-ish retraction, you know, a bit of choppiness, and then boom. I think this clarity has been needed. The markets needed this this crypto bubble to pop, so it can kind of realise that the traditional stores of value, you know, in terms of precious metals, which is what I'm into, have remained steadfast in this whole episode, and you know, they're doing very nicely, really. I mean, I know I've whined and moaned about silver being sideways and took forever to get into $27, but overall, gold, I mean, we're at 18, nearly $1,900. We stayed around $1,700 for a long time, and I know we had a 2020 high of nearly 2,100, and we were on a downwards momentum all the way, you know, for a long time, all the way into this year. And then we had, you know, that double dip. We got into the high 1600s, and it sort of seemed a bit sideways again. But you know, even 1700 is not terrible for gold. Everyone's doing okay at 1700. The miners, you know, it's okay. You know, I mean, 1900 is good. You know, the thing is, it's very easy to be critical of gold and silver when you compare it with the massive volatility of the crypto. You know, people, I've got 10x gains, 100x gains of my altcoin, ZYB, whatever, and my NFT bubble, you know, next bit of Beepo art to sell for 59 million that nobody knows really where it is or can verify it. I mean, all that makes anything, any investment, any commodity look like it just looks boring. It just looks like everything else is doing nothing. And if you're a young person and you're coming into this, you're going to look around and go, wow, where can I make some money? What's exciting? What's happening? And of course, the crypto thing, it seems to be where it's happening. Of course, I think it's the market, the world markets are almost giving crypto like a good slap here. It's almost needed this good slap down to say, well, actually, all this nonsense talk of, yeah, it's matured now, when we get past 50k, 60k, it's all going to be fine, won't be any crashes, and of course all institutional money started buying in, and then boom, pop, we just loses half its value overnight. And I don't think this is even the beginning. I think this is the, this is just this could go into some kind of crypto winter, and all the way down to sub 10k, and of course there's always going to be buyers along the way who are going to pour in into the dips, and but we'll see what happens. But I'm sticking with obviously gold and silver. I'm glad that I've got on my screen my little 2% of crypto, and I'm seeing it bottomed out. I've spent around $1,000 on cryptos, and I'm so glad that I did it, to make me realise what a hopeless waste of time it really is actually, and how dangerous it is for people who just they don't really understand what's going on here, and they're just being caught up in the hype and want to be, the FOMO effect is obviously massive. Anyway, so hope you enjoyed that. Any comments or questions, give us a thumbs up if you did, and hit subscribe. That would be really helpful. Gives me helps me keep pumping videos out, and that somebody's actually interested in what I've got to say. And have a great day, and I'll see you soon.